So, BB. She's so good at this now. Hello. Hello. Yes, hello. You're always getting tired by the time we do these videos. Oh, the fur. What do you think, Bat? Thank you for coming and saying hello to me. I'm gonna move the camera so that... Yeah, look at us. Why won't you look over there? It's fine. Whatever suits you. Hi there. Another beautiful day here in Ontario. Thought I would share the next puzzle piece with you. Welcome to the 31 Days of King Juggernaut, New York City. I am Karen Stever. I'm releasing a book on Halloween this year. And it's kind of fat. See? So many pages of just blah. This is my proof. I do have the actual copies coming here really soon. So today I want to talk to you about a puzzle piece with a spider on it named Echo. Well, the spider's not on there. You'll just see the little ears. So I will read to you from... Every day I'm releasing a puzzle piece so that you can hear about one of the characters in the book, and I'll do some reading for you. I'm releasing this whole thing on Halloween. So today I'm going to read out of a chapter called Spiders Love Sugar Cubes. This is when Ian meets all the spiders at the Children's Hospital, aka Asylum. It's not, you know, it's not like today's children's hospitals. This is way upstate New York. It's dilapidated and ancient and rundown. Like there was a fire there at one point and never really got cleaned up. The staff is reduced to only a few. Some of the wards, there's nobody in them, while other wards are not even heated. Some rooms you go into and there's just like condensation dripping down walls, and it's just cold and damp and dark and ugly and awful. So Ian is in here and he has met a group of spiders. This one spider's name that I want to talk to you about today is Echo. Then there was one who sat behind Claw that had the shape of wolf ears on his back. His name was Echo. If someone was telling secrets 2 doors down, or if danger was coming, Echo would hear all of it. Despite being in jail, this was the most magic Ian experienced since leaving the Juggernaut. Not only did these arachnids have pictures imprinted on their bodies, they were sitting ever so still in the middle of their rainbow webs. They, like Ian, were also basking in the sun's heat. They either knew the sun was going to land there that morning, or they had purposely built a fortress around Ian. This is the spiders. So Echo, the one with the ears, he shows up in this book with the other spiders like they all do. I introduce all of the spiders in the book, but each book has a spider that's kind of affixed to a character. So this is King Juggernaut, New York City. It's Ian. He's 9 years old. His spider is Skull, has a skull shape on his back. And I've talked about that spider already. I've talked about Claw, another spider. So this spider, Echo, belongs to a little boy named Arlo. And that will be in Rome, in Italy. So the first book is King Juggernaut, New York City. The second book is King Juggernaut, Berlin. The third book is King Juggernaut, Tokyo, which I talked to you about Ishi and her little spider. And this Echo takes place in book 4 with Arlo. And Arlo has... he has echolocation. So I called as his superpower, right? He's still a nonverbal savant. He's still 9 years old. And his superpower is echolocation. So, and like some children, he has kind of, even though he has his power, he has something that we see as a curse that we don't really understand. So Ian, in this book, hits his head, for instance. Arlo, in his book, cups his ears. He does this a lot because sounds bother him. And we see that even with, there's a big dispute up here, and I don't even know what to think about it. I don't even know if the science is out on it yet, or if that's what's bothering the children, but we have these windmills that go up, right? The wind turbines. And one of the arguments in council was that it may bother autistic children. Well, the reason I have a problem with that argument is because every child on the spectrum is totally different. Like they are, like you can't take this child and judge them against this child. Like they're just totally different. So I'm not even sure what to say about that argument. I do know that some children are bothered by sounds, though, like sounds that are just really crazy. What I wanted to explore with autism, with Asperger's, with anything else that's on the spectrum, I wanted to explore the idea that what we think children are experiencing during temper tantrums or cupping their ears or hitting themselves in the head or just, just general anxiety, we tend to translate that as either bad behavior or they're just, it's something behavioral that we think is going on. When I like the idea, in my childlike imagination, I wanted to explore the idea of there being something else that's a little bit more fantastic that's causing children to react this way. So my exploration of this, and it's my imagination, I have no science behind it, obviously. I like to think that Ian in book 1, when he is hitting himself in the head, it's because he is seeing something extraordinary. He is experiencing something really like super crazy. And we don't see that because we don't have his superpower. So Ian, when he hits himself in the head, it's because he has a retrocognitive ability to see the history behind every animal and quite often people that he comes across. And so when he meets the stone lions, like I talked to you about in chapter 1, he sees their history. He sees the whole totality of their history. He sees the brutalness, the brutal things that happen to them, and he reacts by hitting himself because it's too much for a 9-year-old to be able to have that intense superpower, right? And so that's kind of my angle that I'm taking with all these books, that these children, the things that we see as a behavioral issue, is because they see things we don't. Imagine, to put it into some perspective for you, imagine if you were sitting in your living room and an alien walked in, or a ghost walked in to your room. What would your reaction be if you were the only one in that room who had the power to see that? And then look at what the reaction would be of people around you who could not see that thing, but they just saw your behavior, right? It's not enough for us to just drug the children. It's not enough for us to just stick them into some counseling. We have to be open to the idea that they simply see things a different way, or they see things that we do not. So that's my entire exploration with these kids. The whole book series takes place, I'm doing one book every, don't be confused. I am not doing a book every month. The book takes place every couple of months in 1939. So it starts in October of 1939. It goes till October of 1940. So there's going to be a book every few months that happens. So Echo, the spider, Arlo in his book, that takes place like in April. So Ian's starting the whole thing in October. And then the German book takes place in December. The next one takes place in February, and so forth and so on. So just like Ian's power in this book is retrocognition, Arlo's power is echolocation. And they all kind of have these things that they do, just like Ishii in Japan can heal. I have this, I have to keep referring back to it too, like just because I have this spider in my head. This is my massive binder called King Juggernaut. I even got a whole bunch of these animals on the spine. See? I don't think there's anything on the back. That's pretty boring. But within this book, I constantly have to, oh, you'll see on the sides of this book, you might recognize some of these. That's all the songs from Idiot Savant, because I had to go through and do just like a synopsis for each chapter. But at the beginning of this book, I have all the things that happen within the Rattenbury Chronicles with the children. You see the children at the top and like their animal friends and all that. So it's all mapped out. So the next books are not going to take near as long as this one did, because this one was not just the writing of the book, but it was the mapping out of all 7 books. So I thought I'd give you just kind of a glimpse by talking about Echo a little bit today, give you a glimpse into kind of what I'm kind of introducing for future books as well. So even if you just see these spiders show up a little bit here, they have bigger roles down the line. So anyway, that's Echo the Spider. So we're already at October 21st, and so we're only 10 days out to the official release of King Juggernaut New York City, and I'm super excited to share it with you. I hope you'll grab your copy, and I will ship it anywhere in the world, okay? Have a great day, and for now, rock on.